Now, in order to record MIDI data into an audio track, we could do several things. We can go underneath the File menu and choose what's called a bounce to disk, but we will discuss this in further detail much later on. But right now, there's actually an easier way of recording MIDI data into an audio track. But before we do that, let's discuss one of the reasons why we would do this. When we record MIDI data into an audio track, you preserve it as an audio file for future use. That way, if you have any operating system changes or the plugin is out of date and you update it and it's no longer working, or whatever the scenario is, as long as you have it as audio information, it's always there. And this allows you to take the session to any studio, any environment that plays back a WAV file, and you've got it. You don't have to worry about dragging your MIDI devices, all your MIDI configurations, and so forth. It's there directly within the Pro Tools session. So in order to do this, we need to create a mono audio track, and we're going to route the output of this particular instrument track out a bus. Now, bus allows us to route internal signals within Pro Tools. You can think of it as like an internal patch cable. So we can take the output of this instrument and route it through a bus and then have the audio track receive that same bus number. And you can even rename this just like you can on your inputs and outputs. So I can rename. So now we can rename it and call it MIDI to audio. So right now we should be able to name it, always name before. And we should be able to record enable and take this information for 4 bars and drop it into record, and it records the output of this instrument into this particular input. Now, this particular instrument, I am using the Proteus, which is an external device. I am recording the analog of the Proteus. So I can take the output of this instrument and route it into the input and record the analog signal that's coming in on that instrument track. Now, I could also go in here and choose interface and choose input 1, because that is where my signal is coming in from. But if you have any automation that's written in your MIDI track, any information that you like that you want to contain within your re-recorded track, then you definitely want to work with the bus. So let's drop it into record. Now, once the information is recorded down in audio, you can literally just take this track, you can simply right-click on this, and now choose to make it inactive. Once this has been made inactive, it's no longer using processing power, so any software synths, any external devices, or MIDI information that you've already set up is no longer needed, because now you've got it down as audio. And you can do all your mixing and all of your EQing and processing within your audio track instead. This allows much more flexibility, again, for allowing you to take the session to other studios or other environments, and the audio file is always there.